Karibu sana mtazamaji wa Uhondo Online TV. Mimi ni Fadhili Komba na hii ni Uhondo TV. Spika wa Bunge la Jamhuri ya Muungano wa Tanzania na Rais wa Umoja wa Mabunge Duniani IPU Mheshimiwa Dr. Tulia amesema kuwa upo umuhimu wa mataifa mbalimbali duniani kuboresha na kubadilisha mifumo ya kiutawala na ugawaji bora wa rasilimali ili kuwezesha utekelezaji wa Agenda 2030 ya maendeleo endelevu kwa ufanisi zaidi. Dr. Tulia ameyasema hayo wakati akichangia kwenye mkutano mkuu wa 79 wa Umoja wa Mataifa uliofanyika New York nchini Marekani tarehe 22 Septemba mwaka 2024. Katika mchango wake amesisitiza kuwa juhudi za kusaidia nchi zinazoendelea kukuza uchumi zinapaswa kuongezwa na mikakati ya kimkakati, hususan katika kugawanya upya rasilimali za kiuchumi.
Thank you so much, Mr. President. Turbocharging the Sustainable Development Goals requires a much stronger commitment to implementation through laws and budgets, which is where parliaments come in. With 180 member parliaments, the IPU is fully supportive of the reforms of the global financial architecture that are mentioned in the Pact for the Future. In this brief intervention, I want to add my own spin to what is a complex web of interconnected issues. With global GDP of over $100 trillion, our problem is not so much about the total volume of resources for development, but of their distribution. While we need to help developing countries grow their economies so that they can provide for themselves, we must also put greater emphasis on redistributing resources that are being concentrated in fewer and fewer hands, both globally and nationally. First and foremost, we need to improve tax collection so that it is more progressive, taking more from those who can afford to pay more. In this regard, I am pleased that a deep reform of international tax system is beginning here at the United Nations with the start of the negotiations on a tax convention. A key priority of that convention must be to put pressure on international corporations that keep finding creative ways to pay little to no taxes. Bringing in more revenue in developing countries will free up more capital for multilateral financial institutions for badly needed debt relief and for more aid to help Global South and the SDGs in general. Cutting harmful fossil fuel subsidies will by itself free up hundreds of billions of dollars each year. It will also lead to trillions of dollars in indirect savings by reducing the cost of healthcare and environmental remediation linked to pollution. In developing countries, revenue collection has improved in recent years, but there is still some way to go to combat tax evasion, corruption, and illicit flows. Aid in all its forms must be made way more effective. We must stop the practice of diverting aid from social spending and infrastructure to climate projects or humanitarian support, for which additional resources need to be found. Scaling up aid to the commitment of 1.7% of GDP will double current flows and make a significant difference all by itself. Last but not least, exploding military budgets need to be brought into line. The expenditure of over $2 trillion in the war machine is not just disproportionate to our security needs, but a clear signal that we have our priorities wrong. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, representative of the Inter-Parliamentary Union.